Hello, my fellow comic nerds. It's us, comic cousins. Welcome to our first episode of Origin Stories. Today, we are going to discuss about the character Moon Knight and all the current information regarding it. Then, later in the video, we are going to discuss about the best possible way through which Moon Knight is going to make his debut in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or as you know, the MCU. So, please watch till the end of the video. Now, Moon Knight is the new Marvel character who is going to be introduced in the MCU very soon. There are two ways to introduce this character in the MCU. One is a solo film about the character or through a web series. Marvel has revealed that they are going to make a web series of the Moon Knight on Disney Plus. Through many sources, it was rumored that Marvel has talked with Daniel Radcliffe, Keanu Reeves, Ross Marquand, Oscar Isaac, many others for the role of Moon Knight, but nothing was confirmed by Marvel that who will be selected for the role. Well, the first official plot leak comes from Illuminati.com, who have leaked many things about the Marvel Studios and MCU that have came true in the past, so they are a reliable source for the information or leaks. Now, an important part of the leak which reads for Moon Knight casting is that Moon Knight has been described as a male between 40 to 50 years old. Illuminati.com goes on to say in the leak, along with the character description and the plot for the web series, that who Marvel thinks would be perfect for the role, and they said that is none other than Keanu Reeves. So from the information, we can confidently say that Keanu Reeves is perfect for the role because the description of Moon Knight, as mentioned by Illuminati.com, matches a lot with him, that is a man aged 40 and 50 who is physically fit, can engage in hand-to-hand combat, and a character who can play a bit of a darker role, as many of you have seen in the John Wick trilogy. So, it's very exciting that the character of Mark Spector, aka the Moon Knight, is going to be played by Keanu Reeves. And now, let's discuss about the origin of Moon Knight. Moon Knight made his first appearance in the Marvel comic series of Werewolf by Night issue 32, published in August 1975, created by writer Doug Moench and artist Don Perel. Then Moon Knight subsequently made his appearances in the comics: Moon Knight Spotlight, Spectacular Spider-Man, Marvel 2-in-1, The Defenders, and also in the Hulk comic series, until Moon Knight received his first solo ongoing series and comic in 1980, which gave us his origin story. Now in the comics, Mark Spector is former boxer, CIA agent and mercenary with years of military experience who found himself near death after being betrayed by his employer Raoul Bushman when they stumbled upon an archaeological dig which Bushman intended to loot for profit. Then Mark Spector eventually turned on the murderous madman after Bushman attempted to kill the two innocent archaeologists, Marvin Irani and her father. Irani survived, but her father did not. Spector was left for dead in the scorching desert heat. He then somehow made his way to an Egyptian tomb, only to die at the feet of the statue of moon god Khonsu. But then Spector was approached by the Egyptian god Khonsu himself, who offered him a second chance at life in exchange for becoming his avatar on Earth. As a result, Spector was resurrected or reborn and given superhuman abilities upon his return to the United States. He invested the money that he had accumulated as a mercenary to make a fortune and became the crime fighter or vigilante Moon Knight, aka the Fist of Khonsu. He also created multiple identities, most notably that of millionaire Stephen Grant, to distance himself from his mercenary past, and a taxi cab driver, Jake Lockley, to remain in contact with the. So, as we talked about the origins of Moon Knight, now let's talk about Moon Knight's abilities, skills, and weapons. Over the course of his life as a boxer, US Marine, mercenary, and costume superhero, Mark Spector has become an expert at hand-to-hand combat techniques and martial arts such as boxing, kung fu, eskrima, judo, karate, ninjutsu, savate, and muay thai. He is an Olympic-level athlete and a skilled acrobat and gymnast, and excels as a combat strategist, including throwing darts, nunchaku, bow staff, and truncheon. He is skilled with most weapons and an expert with throwing weapons. Spectre is a super driver and can pilot. Now let's talk about his superpower, shall we? As I have mentioned before, Spectre gained his superhum and powers as a result of a visitation by the Egyptian moon god Khonsu. Moon Knight's strength, endurance, and reflexes are enhanced depending upon the phases of the moon. The fuller the moon, the more strength Moon Knight derives from it. Even during a new moon, he can lift several hundred pounds. It's not known how much of his strength is mystical and how much is simply the result of self-hypnosis due to his physical instability. Due to his multiple personalities, he is also resistant to some psychic attacks and sometimes receives prophetic visions. Moonknight is shown to possess a very high tolerance for pain, such as ignoring a crossbow bolt fired into his shoulder by Taskmaster, as well as when he receives a bullet wound through his leg while only letting off a slight grunt. Now, let's talk about the technology and equipment used by Moonknight. During Volume 2, Moonknight is given a special weapon by the cult of Khonsu, including bolas, golden throwing crescent dart shaped like scarabs, an ivory boomerang, throwing irons, an egg-shaped lasso grapple, and a golden ankh. These items are later replaced by duplicate weapons crafted by Hawkeye during the event of Dark Reign. Moonknight has silver-white costume includes adamantium for greater protection, and he acquires an arrow of high-tech weaponry including an adamantium staff, a truncheon capable of firing a cable line, and gauntlets that fire crescent darts. He has also been depicted using spiked knuckles. Moonknight can suit up by use of a remote-controlled device which assembles the individual piece of his armor into his body, similar in fashion of. During the events of Dark Reign, Moonknight vows never to murder again and hires Tinkerer to upgrade his gear. Moonknight's costume uses carbonadium as armor and has joint locking functions, allowing him to support weights far greater than he can normally lift. Moonknight uses this feature to support a building from collapsing, then leaves the armor to battle villains in his underworld. Additionally, he uses a gun that shoots a grappling hook and bolas to knock out villains. For transportation, Moonknight uses a white motorcycle and employs a variety of sophisticated aircraft. This includes the Mooncopter and Angel Wing featuring VTOL, vertical takeoff and landing, a rope ladder, and 20mm cannons. Later, Moonknight utilizes a remote-controlled white limousine when acting as Mr. Knight, and a similarly remote-controlled crescent-shaped drone or glider which acting. So, according to our theory and some other rumors, a new universe might be coming into existence in the MCU very soon, that is the Monsterverse. Now this Monsterverse is going to have both witchcraft and monsters. With the new WandaVision series coming, could set up the witchcraft, and Blade is also coming, which will eventually set up the monsters part, including the vampires in the MCU. Marvel is setting up a whole new genre that is entirely different from Infinity Saga, that includes, as mentioned before, that is witchcraft, monsters and vampires. Now a team is obviously required that will go against all these new different evil forces. That is the time where the Midnight Suns come to save the day. The Midnight Suns in the comic is composed of a very interesting team if you consider the characters that are coming to the MCU, including the Sony's universe, because Morbius is on the team of Midnight Suns in the comics, and Doctor Strange is in the team, as we know, the Multiverse of Madness is going to explore witchcraft and demons. Doctor Strange is going to make a perfect fit for the team, which also includes Elsa Bloodstone, who according to rumors is going to be Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Blade is on the team as well as on Moonknight. Another very interesting fact is that Ghost Rider is the founding member of the Midnight Suns teams in comics. According to the Illuminati.com, the Moonknight series is aiming to begin production by the end of this year, as soon as late November. Well, there is possibility that Moonknight might have already teased by Marvel in the past, and that is through the Marvel movie Captain America the Winter Soldier. In the movie, when Captain Steve Rogers, Natasha and Falcon were interrogating Agent Sitwell, a member of Hydra working under S.H.I.E.L.D., Sitwell, when asked about the algorithm, he described that how the algorithm can target any person and execute them with the help of the helicarriers. And then he mentions a few names was set as target, and there he says a TV anchor in Cairo, Egypt, along with other names. Now it's very probable that the person is none other than Mark Spector. And this is all for today. We hope you liked the video. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment down below, share the video, and subscribe to our channel for more content like this and to stay updated. So stay safe, stay curious, and stay nerdy. We'll meet you in the next video.
I think the girls with their nails done now.